it may help if I actually turn our cameras on. There we go. I turned the cameras off on us, man. I'm so sorry. Maybe it was better if they don't see us.
Yeah, oh no, you can't make up nothing for that.
Oh no, 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 no. Teddy, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm doing good now since you turned my camera on.
Well, I can see that you spent like the last week redecorating the room that you broadcast from. Uh,
Well, this is the. Let me tell you something. This is the life, and I'm not going to say single, so I don't want to get in trouble with Denise. So I'm not single, but this is the life that a man lives
you're
with
not.
just him and his dog. Okay, so this is where I'm at now. This was like my second bedroom, so there's nobody here to use this. So I used it to do the podcast in. I got junk. I got a TV box back there that's empty. Just there's a vacuum cleaner if you can see, and
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. And I got pictures in here. See there?
Hey, actually, go up a little bit higher because you can't see it in the thing. If you go up a little bit higher, that's one of the shots. That shot there we did in Nashville, a little bit to the other side. Yeah, well, you can't see the whole thing. Anyhow, we were in Nashville. That was our very, very first show. That frame
Yeah.
that Teddy is showing. I think it's Nick Hausman that was there with us. Teddy and I in Nashville, outside the stadium, and man, it's hard to believe, Teddy, that we from that show to where we are now. And I'm wondering, I haven't even looked. I'm not sure how many shows we've done,
Well,
Teddy. Honest to God, I couldn't tell
I
you.
don't. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like this. Let me tell y'all something. Mac does all the work here. I'm just riding Mac's coattail, okay? And
No,
Mac
no, no.
edits. He does all the everything the everything that makes us look good. He does all that. So Mac does all the work. So I'm not surprised, that we've been around this long, and we're going to be around a lot longer, and our numbers are going to go up because he really does a hell of a job. So, like I say, all the credit gets to him. I just show up. He tells me what he want to do, and that's how we run it. But Max is he's the boss.
Yeah, that's not true. It's a 50-50 deal here. If without Teddy,
Yes,
this
it
show doesn't
is.
exist. And Teddy, no, no, I'm gonna be straight up honest, and you know this to be true. This show wouldn't happen had you not come on board and said, "Let me help," because you saw what I was doing, and you stepped up and said, well, let's do this. Let's see what we can do. And all these shows later, this has been years now that we've been doing this
Yeah.
show, and man, even though we don't make money on this show, and I know a lot of people probably think we do, we make nothing from this show. So
Well, I don't know how they can think that. We got no sponsors. They don't see us with we got no advertisers, so I don't know how
no
they can think
swag
that.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of swag, Teddy, Hulk Hogan. I don't know if you saw this just this past week. A pair of his boots from his match with The Rock at WrestleMania. You know how much
Mm-hmm.
those boots sold?
No.
$146,000 for a pair of wrestling boots.
Who
Teddy,
bought
I don't know
that?
if you got any shoes from back when you were reffing or anything like that. Some old tennis shoes when you wore in the ring. They may be worth some serious bucks.
I had some wrestling boots that when I was refereeing, I finally got some boots to work in, and so I did finally get rid of them. But I did have some. But right now, I think I do have a pair of the my wrestling pants that I wore, when I was refereeing. I think I got one pair of them. I do have one of them.
Yeah. So hey, if you ever are interested in maybe getting a Teddy Long collectible, contact Teddy. Hey, private sales, they're always available if
Yeah,
the
yeah,
money's
I
right.
might. I think I got a few things around here.
Eddie, I'm going to try something while we're sitting here. Now, I'm going to switch a webcam because I've been suspecting that maybe one of the webcams is not working that good, and maybe that's where the issue is. So I'm going to pop off one, go into another one. Pick it up. There you go. It's right in front of me. That's why. There we go.
Jesus, will you please put it down?
Yeah.
That's what his
Oh,
problem is, ladies and gentlemen. He happens to indulge before we
no.
come on the air. So that is
No.
what his problem is, because him and I, we have to get ourselves ready.
I can't get this thing to fit on now, no
What
matter
are
what I do.
you
Anyhow,
doing?
maybe switching the camera would help. Heck with it. Go ahead, Teddy. I'm sorry. Give me hell.
We
Give me hell.
we
I'm trying to
might,
get a
yeah,
few
yeah.
things
You
to
see,
fix.
ladies and gentlemen, it's like
Uh,
working with the Godfather. Now you
uh,
understand that if you're on the show with the Godfather, this is the kind of stuff that happens. Okay, so
it's
tonight, Mac Davis is the Godfather.
That's
Okay.
I'm the Godfather tonight. Yeah, I've enjoyed my cup of coffee already. All
I'm
right,
sure. Yes, you have.
look here. I see a lot of folks popping in the chat and putting things up here. So let's get caught up
Well, I
with
want to
that real
mention too
fast.
before we get
Yeah.
going. Give a big shout out to Nick Patrick over there. Don't forget on the 21st of February we're going to have a big wrestling show here in Atlanta at Create Atlanta. I think that's the name of it. Create Atlanta. It's on 900 Murphy Street, Murphy Avenue in Atlanta. We'll be just check my Facebook and Twitter. We'll be telling you more about it. But February 21st, that's Saturday, Deep South. Me and Nick Patrick, the GOAT, will be there, and a lot of other wrestling matches. Great night of wrestling.
Yeah, I was hoping I was going to be free to do that, and I've got other things I got to do that particular weekend. But Nick, I'm sorry, but I'm going to come see another one of your shows because the last time I was there with Teddy, you had I think Bischoff was there that night. We had several people there that evening, and
Yeah.
Robert Gibson was there. It was just a lot of fun. It's one of those independent shows where you can take your family, have a good time, and anybody that's in the Atlanta area that wants to see good independent wrestling. Deep South
Well,
Wrestling is. Go ahead.
well, it's been and it's been proven too because I went to a couple of his shows that I wasn't booked on, but I just went by to holler at him,
Yeah.
and he's selling out, brother. I mean, people are that one place standing room only. So, and when it happens like that, then you're getting a good show. People ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah.
spend their money unless you're really giving them a good show, and that's what Nick Patrick does. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's one of the guys that I broke in with. When I first broke into business. So me and him, we go way back. Like I said, he's the GOAT.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I know that he's taking a break from podcasting for a little bit of time right now, but so I hope everything's okay with Nick, and if you need some help, just holler.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I think it is. Nick's, got a lot of things going on there,
yeah,
and so I think he's had to, get rid of some people and then bring some new people in. So you know how this business works. Nobody's forever. So
oh yeah.
he's just, trying to get things going. So, but like he knows that you and I will be, if we can come to his aid at any time, we'll be there.
Absolutely. Pete Wee stopping in the room saying hello, Mac and Teddy. Same with Dave. And Dave, I know you're waiting for a video that we're going to play in just a few minutes here. If you have not seen it already earlier this afternoon, I did release it earlier. But for those of you who have not seen this, stick around. It'll make sense when we get to it. Also, Zach Minger in the room. And Zach is saying National Make a Friend Teddy, Mac, and everyone. Make a Friend Day, I guess.
Well, thank you, man, because we need a lot of that. We need a lot of positive action, positive whatever, because there's so much negativity out there now, man. It's unbelievable. So thank you, man, for even reminding us, man. Yeah, that's right. Make a friend, somebody.
Pretty classy. Hello, everybody. Good to see you in here, pretty classy lady.
All right.
She's
Thank
even
you for
saying
joining us.
that Teddy, we need to get y'all some sponsors. Hey, look here.
Well,
If you're watching and you want to sponsor the show, we look here. We don't mind taking a little bit of money if somebody wants to sponsor it. But other than that, yeah, the show's always been free.
listen, let
And
me
that's the great
stop
thing
you
about
right
the
now.
show. Yeah.
There are two words we got to cut out of that. That one of them is mine. We will take money.
We
The
will.
other one's little bit. No, no, no. We will take money. Just come in and if you want to get on the show, we will take the money.
Yeah.
Not mine. We don't mind. What do you mean mine?
Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Elijah is saying, "Hey guys, hope you're well." Back to you. She's got. I have a question. Why do WWE? Why do they pick certain people, famous people, to be a part of their company, but not famous people like Michael Jackson, or Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Well, I couldn't answer that. I mean, like I said, that's left up. It's not basically left up to WWE anyway. I mean, maybe those people, Michael Jackson at the time, might not have been interested in wrestling. And back then with Michael Jackson, that just wouldn't even fit. That wouldn't have had that. That wouldn't have to even work with professional wrestling.
I will
So
say this though, Teddy, when it comes to WrestleMania, in the early days, Vince would have huge stars at these events, Liberace and people like that. I mean, people now going, who? But I mean, at the time, big names. And
yeah.
they have gotten away from that at WrestleMania. I don't feel like they have that outside star appeal like Vince did in the early days. Was there a reason for that? Did you ever hear why they went away from that?
No,
Or is it just unnecessary spent money? You're
yeah,
going to
well,
sell tickets, so
yeah, I think because the last live one I know, I remember seeing Aretha Franklin before she passed.
yeah.
She did one for us. I remember seeing her there, and I don't know. I mean, one time we did a show in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Mary J. Blige showed up. And
Yeah.
never seen her anymore, and then like I said, it's amazing. So you just never know who. It's probably people that are in talent relations too. You have to have somebody in that department that really knows how this works. What entertainer we can bring in that's really going to draw some money and going to help our company and also help themselves too.
The person that was my favorite guest star, I guess you could say, on a show like WWE was Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Cracked me up. He was so into he got it. You know what I mean? He
Mm-hmm.
understood what was happening. And because of that, it made it one of the best moments in WWE history when him and Chris Jericho are mouthing off at each other. And it's just hilarious stuff. And it's people like that I think they miss now. Because when they bring people in, now they just put them in a chair going, look who's here. Well, we forgot. These guys are entertainers. Put them on TV. You might get more eyes on the product, other than just a quick glance at them in the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to look at this. Somebody there, and we know who that is, that makes that final decision. So
Yep.
if it ain't happening, then we already know why.
All right, look here. I had several things I wanted to talk about, but honestly, I want to get into a break, and we'll come back and get some more. The thumbnail you probably saw about WWE, are they in trouble? Teddy, the news is that the tickets for WrestleMania in Vegas are not selling that well. And I've said this for a very long time, ever since I saw prices go up, that I thought that if they weren't careful, they're going to lose the average fan. You're going to price them out of the product. Well, if with all the money and the high ticket prices and how they continue to go up, they're now trying to figure out how to get people into the stadium because they can't sell the tickets. So what they're thinking now is that if you're an establishment within 50 miles of the stadium area where the event's taking place, whether it's a hotel bar, a Wild Wings or something like that, where they have the screens and you can watch with your friends, you can't do it within 50 miles of the arena. Those people are no the show WrestleMania because they're trying to force people out of those establishments into the seats at the stadium. Your
Well,
thoughts?
like I said, they can do that. And the reason they can do it because they've got the power and they've got the money to do it. But here's what you got to understand too. These people already got money and power. And they're asking people to give them money that we're in the worst economy of all time
Yep.
right now. I mean, jobs are not happening. I mean, healthcare, just a whole lot of stuff is going on now. People can't even go and I swear I hate to even go in Walmart now. I mean, it's ridiculous, man,
Oh,
the
yep.
way the prices and stuff. So how can you feed your family and then try to entertain them and go to this big event? You can't do that. Your family's gonna come first. I would hope so. I'm gonna buy me some food and stuff for my family before I go see anybody. So I just don't understand it, man. It's really amazing. Like I said, and I'm with you on that. Vince McMahon would have never done anything like this. Vince would have figured a way out that it would have came out and everybody would have made money. Everybody would have been happy, including all the fans too. So
Well,
I
think about this. Think about this, Teddy. There are a lot of fans who go there. They can't afford to pay, for 2 nights. They can buy one night
yeah.
of WrestleMania, but they can't buy the second night.
And
So
here's what you and
if
let me
you're
say.
in Vegas and you don't get to see like let's say you go to night number one. Well, night number two, you're still in Vegas. Now you can't watch night number two because it's blocked out because you have to be at the stadium. So now
And,
that person is getting screwed.
And here's the other thing you got to realize too, man. You know, if the price is already high as hell, gas, everything.
Yeah,
So when you go to Vegas now, it's already high as hell anyway. Before WrestleMania even came, now the prices there are double high for hotels, food, restaurants, and all that stuff. I was there the last year for the meet and greet there, man, and it was ridiculous how high that stuff was. So how can you afford a hotel, $200 or $300 night hotel? Plus, you got to go buy food. You got 2 or 3 kids. It's impossible.
transportation up and down the strip. I mean, there's just
Yeah, you
all
got to
kinds
have that. You got to pay
of
for
costs.
Uber. If you ain't got a rental car, and you probably can't get one of them if you ain't made a reservation by now.
And I sat down with the jingle singers this morning and told them, I said, "Look, here's a story," and I thought maybe they could put something together. This is what they came up with.
Used to scream on the cheap seats high, now my wallet taps out. Why? Paid a fortune just to sit in. Used to scream on the cheap seats high, now my wallet taps out. Why? Paid a fortune just to sit and yawn. Same feud, same speech, 3 years long. WWE took my money, lost the magic. All these ticket costs are tragic. WWE, why is the show so slow? You pin my bank account, let my patience go.
They hype up change in a 10-minute ad, then roll out the same old feud.
Tonight, again, on a loop.
What a twist! I've seen this match more times than my therapist.
WWE took my money, lost the magic. Oh yeah! All these ticket costs are tragic. WWE, why is the show so slow? You pin my bank account, let my patience go. Charge an arm, charge a leg, then a kidney for a chair. But the wildest heel turns how much they think we'll bear.
Sheesh!
WWE
Took my money,
lost the magic.
all these ticket costs are tragic.
WWE,
We come back,
if you drop the price and fix the show.
Letters, oh we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
Right. Let's see what we have here, Teddy. Our first question.
That's a good video. I just happened to see that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Golly, I didn't. Well, that means that people are paying attention. For somebody to take the time and put something like that together, that it certainly they talking about it.
Magic or radio, brother. Magic or radio.
Yeah.
Let's see. Christian, thank you, though. Christian from Buzzsprout is asking, do you guys see any of the women from NWA or WWF going into the Hall of Fame? I would imagine somebody from WWF will. But they're asking really for people like Baby Doll, Precious, Missy Hyatt, people like that. Teddy, do you think they'll ever make it into the WWE Hall of Fame?
That's if whoever's in charge want them in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how this works.
Yeah, that the Hall of Fame, as much as I would love to say that it's all based on something, it's based on who's the best fit for this year and the town they're in. Just a lot of things. It's marketing more than it is a Hall of Fame, but at least it's something. And I still say there needs to be a physical Hall of Fame. If you're going to say you have a Hall of Fame and WWE and TKO, don't tell me you don't have enough money, because God knows you charge enough. Couldn't you put some building somewhere that is the Hall of Fame? I would imagine people would go and visit if you put it in the right spot.
Well, they started that. They were going to do that. They had a spot somewhere. I think it was going to be in Texas or something. They was going to do that, but I don't know what happened there. It was in Austin, I believe, because that's where we were. We was in Austin, and that's why they were talking about it. And somebody was going to take me to show me, where the building was. They were talking about doing that. Then I think it might have been something else in Stanford that they said they had. So I don't know what happened.
Let's see. We have Dave Crone. I didn't see this a minute ago, but saying we all indulging. I hear you, Dave. And he's saying this much love from St. Louis here. Yeah, we're looking forward to that too. St. Louis coming up in May. Teddy and I
Yep.
will be in St. Louis. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll pull this up so I don't get the information wrong. It is on May 8th and 9th. It's going to be taking place at the Radisson in Fairview Heights, Illinois. And this is a fantastic event. It is each and every year. This is the opportunity to be there every single year so far. And it's always one of our favorite trips. Make sure if you want more information, go to sicw.org. Go ahead, Teddy.
And I want to mention too that I am inducted into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. I am in that Hall of Fame. And the other thing too, we hadn't mentioned much about
I was making protest. I didn't want him to go into the Hall of Fame, but they let him in anyhow. Go ahead, Teddy. I'm sorry.
And the other thing we hadn't been talking about much, but they have been talking to me about being the general manager for SICW. So we hadn't finalized that yet, but we are still talking. So we may make that happen in May then when we're there for the show.
That'll be cool. And of course, part of that is the Hall of Fame that'll be taking place, and with the Fan Fest and the Hall of Fame, Herb Simmons will be going in. Over 50 years of promoting in the St. Louis area, much and very well deserved. On his part.
Yeah, well deserved. Herb's still kicking, man. I mean, God bless him, man. He's still rolling each and every day, Herb. So you just keep doing what you're doing, player.
Ellen's in the room. I imagine Buddy's with her too. Good to see you and Buddy this evening, Ellen.
Hey, good afternoon there, Ellen and Buddy. Those are my two favorites.
Man, I tell you what, I love keeping up with Buddy and what he does. I saw a picture of him. Ellen, I'm sorry, but it's just been the last couple of days. And I think you said when you took the picture, you could see a different, like a man was sitting there. And I agree. It was a great shot of Buddy. Let's see. Dave saying that TKO greed WWE doesn't feel the same. And I agree. Ever since TKO has come in and purchased that company, it has not been the same. It's been operated completely different from what it had been in the past. And I don't think there were very few people who couldn't say, this is a money grab. They are getting whatever money they can as fast as they can, and it's going to hurt them in the end. What I think is happening to them now, I think it's just starting to catch up with them a little bit. Pretty classy lady saying, when I went to WrestleMania in Atlanta, Snooki was in a match with Trish Stratus. Yeah, Teddy, I do enjoy celebrity interactions. What's your favorite celebrity interaction with WWE or in wrestling in general?
Snoop Dogg.
Yep. You know what I liked about Snoop was that when he was in the ring and Shane McMahon, I think he blew out his knee. It was him and Miz, Shane McMahon versus Miz, and Shane hurt himself. And and here's Snoop, smart enough to know to hop up in there and perform to save what was happening. And it turned out really pretty funny and good. It was a great moment for WrestleMania. They're not who can do that, are there?
Yeah, no, Snoop's been around for a while, and Snoop's had the opportunity to show up and do stuff in our business. So Snoop knows. I mean, anytime you're in the entertainment business, anywhere you go, you could jump right in, you fit right, because Yeah. You know what's better.
And if you're Snoop Dogg, you get over anywhere. I don't care where you are, you get over anywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty classy lady also saying, speaking of celebrities, Teddy, were you working with WWE during the celebrity guest host era?
I'm sure I was.
Were you there like when Bob Barker came in, and were you there for that?
No, I didn't see Bob Barker, but I was there with Larry King.
Oh, yeah. Man, yeah, there's so many, because over the years, really, Vince was into bringing celebrities in. I mean, look, let's face it. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger, that came there. I mean, and here's your number one action star, huge name, and he's on your program. I don't feel that anymore, other than, and even when they do have those people, Teddy, that's what I go back to. Like, if you go back, instead of putting you in something, this is just me personally, I'm not speaking for Teddy, but personally for me, when I see you go back, I don't want to see you just sitting in a chair going, that doesn't work for me. That's why even spend the money to fly these legends in and just go.
That's how they fuck with you.
Well, yeah.
You know, they pay you, you know what I mean, but it's miserable. The last one, Seattle, 5 hours, okay? Then you go out and wave, okay? Then back 5 hours back home, because I'm trying to get back out of there the same night, you know?
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's all right, you know? I play the game.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't bother me. I know they don't, you know, that if I'm there, I'm just there. Because I remember I told you the last time I was there, I asked one of the writers, I said, what am I doing tonight? And he said, well, we had you coming out making a match, but somebody thought that was a bit too much. Now,
Well,
that's what the writer told me.
and see, there's the problem,
So
because
that's
it would have made more sense.
going back to what you just said. They don't want to see me do that. They want to, you know.
For those of you who don't live in the wrestling bubble, or have ever worked behind the scenes or been in the independents, even there's a lot of paranoia and people who want to keep people down just to secure their spots in the business and stuff like, and people who will hold you back, and you'll never make it into these big places. Go
And you
ahead.
know what now, you know, with what's going on and what's happening in the world now, I understand it so much better now. What is happening in the world now has been an education for me. Golly, have I learned, and I understand now why this and why that. You know, I got it now.
Yep.
So you can't harm me. You ain't gonna, you can't make me mad because I don't give a shit. Right,
That's a great
right.
feeling. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah, because you know,
All
you
right,
don't
let's
give a
see
shit
what we
about
got
me and I
here.
don't give a shit about you. It's just that simple.
Yep. I tell people all the time, I judge people on who they are with me, and I don't like them. That's fine. Don't like. I like people because they treated me fine. And so many times in the wrestling thing can say, "Oh, this guy's bad," and everybody believes the guy's bad. And in reality, they're not. It
Yeah.
was just somebody making sure to shut someone down.
Right.
So, and I know you had the pretty classy lady saying, "I'm not a big fan of EW, but I went to one of their shows, and it was so much more affordable than WWE. Use pricing structure is more like what it should be. A wrestling company, affordable for a family, because if you knock out the family, you're knocking out a large percentage of a show." Would you agree with that, Teddy?
Yeah, listen, man. You got to understand, if you bring your whole family to one of these events, you got kids there, they're gonna want merchandise, they're gonna want everything that's a part of that event. So if you got money, then you can end up spending a
Oh yeah.
thousand dollars that night, maybe more. Okay. But if you ain't got the kind of the money to, because those that stuff, the hats or shirt, that some of those hats I seen, they're like $50.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh
so
yeah.
if you
That's
can't
not cheap.
afford it, yeah. So yeah, so I don't know. You know, I like I said, I just try to stay out of it, man. You know, let it go on. You know, God has blessed me to be okay. So, you know, if they call, I play the game. I show up. If they don't, I don't. Once again, I don't give a shit.
Yes. Elijah saying that's why, even though the allegation with Vince McMahon is kind of different now, and some part of me wish he could get out of this and come back. And he also says, I agree. I think there are a lot of people now question, a lot of people, including myself. I felt Vince's time in the chair was kind of over with. I didn't think he needed to leave the company. This is before anything happened. I never thought he should leave the company. I thought somebody else needed to be the creative role, only because, final say, only because he's gotten older. And no matter who are, as we get older, we lose touch with the younger generation. So just like, getting the older legends out of the ring so the young guys can get in, you got to do the same. You can't keep the same old people in the back, because this is going to get stale. You got to keep it fresh. All right, let's see.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's not those are not the rules that they go by.
yeah. Unfortunately not. And Teddy, we got so many in here. I don't think we can really get to all these. So, guys, I'm trying to
Well, let's
look
get
through them real.
started. Let's see how far we can go.
Let's see. This is John Meeks. Do you guys see this WrestleMania being lackluster this year. With injuries,
Yes.
high ticket prices, and a second year in Vegas, doesn't feel like the road to WrestleMania? Yet, Teddy and John absolutely agree. I think this is one of the most underwhelming. I felt this way last year too. WrestleManias. WrestleMania should be a huge event you're looking forward to. I don't feel that anymore, Teddy.
No.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Who else we got there?
Here. We got. I see Herb Simmons is in the room, and guys, I'm trying to, because my screen's starting to having a hard time here. Welcome to the Legends with Teddy. Okay, yeah, Teddy, you got somebody in here. Joe, this is Nick. Looking forward to the Legends Night with Teddy here at DSW. Yeah, we were talking about you earlier, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. That's
let's see.
that's Friday, February. That's Friday, February the 21st, right there at Create Atlanta on Murphy Avenue.
And we also have, let's see if I can get him in here. What's up, guys? And Rufus, Teddy BP Gas is at the next X. All right, Teddy.
Thank you so much, Tony. That's Tony Hunter, man. What a hell of a nice guy, man. He's one of the indie promoters and one of the greatest guys to work for. I mean, a guy that you can trust and got no problems. And what he means about, I'm funny about gas. I won't put but BP gas in my car, so I wouldn't stop and get gas. And he kept trying to tell me there was a BP on the next exit. So I almost ran out of gas just trying to get some BP gas. But I'm just kind of set in my own ways. But right now I got away from the BP. The BP's been a little high, and I'm cheap, so now I go to Quick Trip.
I gotta tell you though, Teddy, my dad was the same way. My dad, he had a credit card for BP, and that's what he used, and he purchased everywhere. We'd be in a town somewhere, going from Georgia up in the Tennessee hills somewhere, and all you got are these smaller gas stations with just mom and pop gas, and he's looking for a BP. I'm like, Dad, you got to get off these country roads. We ain't gonna find a BP back here. But he was the same way. Only BP went in his automobile. That's it. That's it. That's funny that you.
Well, like I said, I moved to Quick
Trip. Me of how he used to be that way. Herb Simmons is in the room. Tony, in case you didn't see the message, Herb Simmons asking you to give him a call. I would imagine I know what that's about. Let's see. Also, we have Elijah asking, hey, Teddy, just maybe another question. Have you ever thought about being a general manager for WWE NXT since Ava's gone now?
No, I hadn't thought about it because I knew it's not going to happen.
Herb
there
Simmons,
you go.
Here's the pop of the night right here. Herb Simmons, I'm getting a shirt made. I don't give a shit. That while we're in St. Louis now. Let's see.
Well, and if you get one, I'll put it on.
Go ahead. All right, let's see. Pee Wee, I see you're asking about 4X shirts. We don't have any more 4X shirts. We might, after we get back from St. Louis, I might have some 4X shirts, and I'll let you know if we do. Let's see. And Joe Hamilton laughing about the QT. So. All right, Teddy, we're out of time, brother. Actually, we're over, and if I missed anybody, I've tried to go through because we got really there's a ton of them.
Like I said, coming up February 21st, Nick Patrick and I, Joe Hamilton, the legendary GOAT, will be there at Create Atlanta, 900 Murphy Avenue, and for a great night of Deep South wrestling. A lot of great matches are going to be happening there, a lot of surprises, and I'm telling you, man, people are talking about it everywhere. So looking forward to seeing you on February 21st.
All righty, and I'll be opening the Piggly Wiggly just around the corner. If you want to come by for the ribbon cutting, that'll be sometime tomorrow. All right,
that's good.
We're out of here, Teddy. I'll be, let's see, back here again next every single week. We're trying to figure out what this delay is, and once I figure that out, we'll hopefully have a much cleaner thing, even if it means going to a brand new computer, because it's driving me crazy, and I'm sure it's driving you guys nuts too. All right, I'm out of here. Teddy, thank you so much, and we'll see all of you again next week right here, same time, same place.